are y'all doing today? I hope that you guys are doing great and having a lovely day today. So today is just an amazing day, okay? So today is the first video of my series, Mom Talk Mondays, okay? I'm excited for this one because I'm a mom, I take passion in it, and I just feel like I have so much to say about being a mother. And I can't wait to bring it to you guys, and you guys to just comment down below. We just have conversations on being a mother and all types of things like that. So every Monday or every other Monday, I will be posting a video. This series is going to be consistent and we're going to get into it, okay? You guys also comment down below some things that you would want me to talk about, you know, of like what you're going through, what other people are going through, you know, just of like topics that you want me to talk about, because I will bring it here, okay? So before we jump into the video, make sure that you guys please give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. All right, so in today's video, we will be talking about mom guilt, and I will be sharing like how I deal with mom guilt. Okay, so as you guys already know, I have 6 children. My children's ages are 16, 13, 9, 7, 4, and 1. Yes. So I have a lot of emotions inside my home. I have different age ranges inside my home. So it does become a bit difficult. Now, my first child, I was a young mother, and I wouldn't say like, I did feel mom guilt with him at certain points in my life. Only because like I felt like when I was doing something for me, like I had to get him something, like in the process, like if I would go out to get clothes for myself, because I wanted to like get a new shirt, something like that, I would literally come out with nothing for myself and everything for him. And that's how I am kind of with all my children. Like, what I would say is like, even self-care time, it took me a long time to really get self-care in for myself, because I felt guilty with like not spending the time with my children. Now, I am a stay-at-home mom. I became a stay-at-home mom after my 3rd child. So it was like I felt guilty if I didn't spend the time with them, like, you know. And I understand now that it's okay to have the time for yourself, because if you don't have time for yourself and you don't fill up your cup, how are you filling up the cup for your children? You're not filling up the cup for your children. You're just becoming overwhelmed and you're overstimulated and you're tired. And it's just like, you have to do something for yourself. You have to step back and you have to just reflect on yourself for a couple minutes. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, if you can get up to an hour by yourself, then do so. And some people are, you know, single parents. Some people have partners that will not give them that break. Some people have that, you know, support where they can get away for an hour or more. Some people, like, you know, like I said, they have their village. Some people don't have a village. For me, I do not have that village, okay? I don't really have that support. So truthfully with me, I'm with my kids 24/7. 24/7, all right? So like when some of my kids are going to school, which 4 of them do, I still have 2 at home with me, and I really don't have time for myself still. I feel like even if they all go to school, I still don't have time for myself, because I'm going to be doing things still for my kids around the home regardless. You know, as a mom, that's just what it is, you know. And it's sad to say that, but it's just like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're mothers and we're nurturers, we're caregivers, we're all that. Whether you work, whether you stay at home, regardless, we are all this and beyond. And I also wish that people saw that stay-at-home moms do go through a lot of things. Working mothers go through things too. Again, I was a working mother, and I also am now a stay-at-home mother. So I seen both ends of it, and yeah, I would say that I would rather be working, because I kind of would get like a little break away in a sense, you know. You know, it was hard coming back home and having to do all this stuff. It was just like, at the end of the day, it's just like, you don't get a little break. You don't get any break at all. And that's what people have to understand. But we will talk about that in another video. So, mom guilt for me, I constantly would get it, because if I wanted to step outside by myself, like just take a walk by myself for at least like a minute, 2 minutes, you know, I will start feeling guilty, because I'm just like, oh, I'm leaving behind my babies, because they would ask like, oh, mom, can I come with you? And I'm just like, mommy just needs, I'm like, you know, mommy needs a couple of minutes just by herself. And then I would just look at their faces, and I would just be like, okay, just come on, like, we'll just go to the park, or we'll take a walk to the park. We're going to do something together, you know? And I will keep letting that consume me in a way. Like, I would just like want to go into the bathroom and just be by myself for a moment. And then, of course, as a mom, you hear them little knocks at the door, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't want to be mean and be like, okay, can you guys just give me a moment? Because I'm like, you know, I'm like overstimulated. Can you guys just give me a moment? You know, it's just like, and then like you start to feel bad because you're telling your kids this, you know what I mean? It's just like, at the end of the day, yes, you want to be there for your children with every little thing, but you have to do for yourself at the end of the day. You have to put yourself first. And that may be selfish to say, but as a mother, you have to put yourself first. You have to. Yes, your kids are always going to come first before anybody, but you have to put yourself first so that you can do what you can do for your children. Okay? Now, like, now, even on certain days, like, say, on my birthday, right? We would go out to the mall and, like, you know, pick out clothes or whatever, and, like, for myself wise, and, like, or sneakers or something like that, you know. I would start feeling guilty, like, because my kids got nothing. So I will sit there and be like, oh, let's go to this candy store, because they have like this big giant candy store, and the mom's like, let's go to the candy store and get, you know, let the kids just pick out, you know, something for themselves. Of course, they're not gonna eat all the candy right then and there. We're going to make sure that we split it up for a couple weeks, so you're not going to do that, but let them get something. And it's just like, I will keep getting that sensation like I had to do that. Even when I would like get like money for myself on like Christmas or something like of that nature, I would tend to just still buy my kids items. There's something in my eye. So even like when I would like receive money for like myself to like just like put away for myself, or to like save for me to do something, like, you know, I will still tend to not get nothing for myself, and I'll spend all the money on my children and get me nothing, like nothing at all. Like, I remember one year, like, I had money on a card, and that's when I just like acknowledged Shein, however you say it, okay? That's when I really first acknowledged it, because at first, like, I didn't really acknowledge it too much. Like, I would just go to the mall to get clothing and stuff like that. But then I'm just like, you know, like, they had some really cute styles of things on there. And then me, right, as I'm putting stuff in that cart for myself, I start looking at kids stuff. And then I take stuff out that I want for myself, and then I'm putting a whole bunch of kids stuff in the cart, and then I check out. And it's just like, when the stuff comes, it's just like, even like my partner has said to me, you know, like, you didn't buy yourself, you only bought yourself about 3 things, and you bought all this stuff for the children and nothing for yourself. Like, yes, because I felt guilty for me getting stuff for myself, you know. But then also I was like, he kind of plays a part in it, because when I do get stuff for myself, it's just like, oh, you're being selfish, and that's not right because you're a parent. But it's just like, I don't ever get anything for myself, okay, you guys? And I just want to put that out there. I don't get anything for myself. Ever. When we go to the store, I don't get anything for myself. It's all getting either for my child or for him. It's not for me. And I don't really ask, because at the end of the day, I start feeling guilty because have somebody tell me that I'm being selfish, but then also deep down inside, before he's telling me that I'm being selfish, I feel like I'm being selfish because I want to put my children first and I want them to have everything. But it's just like, look at your closet, girl. Like, you don't have anything in your closet. You don't think that you deserve anything? Like, you know, and then it took me a while for me to really understand that I deserve to have things and I deserve to have me time. So what I started to like really do to incorporate like me time, because I saw that me doing all that, I started to, number one, I started to lose myself. I started to just be overstimulated and just overly tired. I stopped caring for myself. I stopped loving myself. And I used to look in the mirror and I didn't know who I was looking at anymore, like at all. So I really had to take a step back and I had to figure out what I needed to do to really help myself with this, you know, with this. I thought that having mom guilt was like only me, but then I realized like other people have mom guilt, and you know, how do they deal with it, you know, and everybody deals with it a different way. And I realized, like, you know, since I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm not making the money. I don't have the money. Money isn't even given to me. So it's just like, how can I do for myself in ways that makes me be able to relax so that I don't have mom guilt? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't get mom guilt sometimes. Sometimes I still do get mom guilt, but then I tell myself it's okay to be a little bit selfish. It's okay because you're doing it for yourself. Before you know it, your kids will not be inside the home no more. And then you're going to look back and then you're going to be like, oh, I should have done this, that, and third for myself. Like, you know, it wouldn't be too late, yes, but it's just like, you should have had done that so that you could show your kids that it's okay to put yourself first and get yourself these things, especially when they end up having their own families, you know? So what I did to really cope with my mom guilt, like for me, what worked for me was I started to really incorporate things that I really love to do, which was, first thing was gardening. I started with that step first because I always loved to garden. As a young girl, I was taught how to garden. My uncle taught me. Like when I was in school, he would take our class out to like a garden and he would teach us everything about vegetables and growing fruits and all that. So that instilled it into me. And then my grandfather, he always did a garden every single year. Until he passed away, he was doing a garden. And that instilled it in me because I would help him out with his garden as well as a little girl. And my nanny, like my grandpa's garden was more like fruits and vegetables. My nanny, she loved to garden as well. And like I said, my grandparents raised me. So with my nanny, she wasn't really like the fruits and vegetables person that did the gardening. Like she liked to do flowers and like, you know, stuff like that. So they instilled it into me to be able to do that. So I started to garden. I tried the flowers and it just didn't work out for me. So, but I didn't feel defeated. I was like, there has to be, maybe doing vegetables and stuff like that would be good. And I started to do that and they were thriving, they were growing, and I felt good doing that because at the end of the day, it made me happy. It was something that just like encouraged me, made me feel empowered, and as well, like I'm growing food for my family as well. So I felt great. Like, listen, I felt great. And then I started incorporating me reading again. I love to read. When I tell you I love to read, I used to read all the time as a little girl until adulthood. And I had stopped doing that at some point once I became a mom because I felt like that was taking time from me being a parent. But that's something that I really enjoy doing and I loved. So I started to read books more, and like I promised myself at least I'll read like 3 books a year, you know, and then eventually I'll get to reading more books, you know, gradually, slowly. And I enjoy, like, I love books. Like, I'm maybe get like a Kindle, like a reading thing or something like that. I also used to love to like draw. So I would draw here and there, but now when I draw, like, I don't do it by myself. I would have my kids with me, and we would all just sit down at the table. We would get paper out, and we would all just like, we would all draw and like enjoy that time together. And it's just like something for myself, and it's something that they also enjoy as well, that we can do together. It just makes me feel good as well as them. I also started to like write. Like, so like I would write down a lot of things. Like I will be going through a lot and I would hold it in so much. So I started to just like write all these things down, and like I would come up the paper and just like throw it away to get it out of my system. I don't really have much friends, so I can't really like go out, you know. And for me, like, I would rather be home than be out, you know what I mean? Like if I'm going out, I would rather go out to eat somewhere, okay? I would rather go out to eat somewhere. I don't want to be clubbing or nothing like that, drinking, doing all that. Like, I would rather go eat. I'm a foodie. I want to go eat. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Let's go to Olive Garden. Let's go somewhere to eat. Let's go, okay? Like, hiking and stuff like that. So I kind of want to incorporate hiking or, like, just walking on the trail, possibly. And also more walking into, like, my mom time. I started to exercise, so I just started my health journey a week ago, and like when I exercise, like I feel empowered and like really, really good. So I do set time for myself. Like I would tell my children, like, listen, mommy's about to work out for about 30 minutes. Stay upstairs. Tell me what you need right now so that I can have this time to focus on my workout. And they understand that. Like, and another thing that I incorporated was my self-care. Because like I said, like I started to look drained. I started to look crazy. Okay. So I really took pride in self-care for myself. So what I would do is, like, on the weekends, I would wake up way, way earlier than my kids. Like, instead of me sleeping in, like, I probably should be sleeping in because I wake up really early to get everybody ready for, like, school and all that. I started to wake up earlier. At least one day on the weekend, I wake up earlier than my kids. So on Sunday, I'll sleep in. But on Saturday, I wake up, like, around, I'll say, like, 5, 6. I will make myself wake up, and I would just run the shower. I would come downstairs and make myself some tea and just drink it real fast, get myself like a little snack. And then I would just like sit in the bathroom. I would soak my feet for a little bit, do some, exfoliating, do like a face mask, and just like sit there for a moment, just let it steam up and just sit there. And then I would like take like I would take a shower bath because I love my showers. I do like taking baths, but I prefer showers more. Like, so sometimes I would like sit in a nice bath, then I'll shower afterwards, but I would get that time for myself. Then afterwards, I would come downstairs and I would start making breakfast. And then by that time, it's like 8:30, But I got like a full 2 hours to myself. Yes, I had to wake up early for it, but it is what it is. If I had to wake up early for that, for me to get that full blown time for myself, I will do what needs to be done. So like recently, my friend, she had wrote me because she wanted to get rid of certain things that she had. She had a vanity, and I had a vanity before, but when we had moved, when I was younger, somebody had broken my mirror, and I did not ever get a vanity ever again. I was 10, 11 years old. I was so upset. I did not want another vanity. My nanny was going to get it for me, but I was like, no, I don't want it. I was just upset, mad, because, what if these people break this one too? So I just haven't got one, and I'm 33 years old now. That's a long time ago. And so she was just like, I have a pink vanity. I want to give it to you because I know that it will be in good hands. So, she showed me the vanity. And then at first I was just going to tell her just sell it. and, you know, get your money's worth for it. You don't have to give it to me, you know, because I guess for some reason, like, I was just looking around because my apartment is small, but I'm just looking around like, where would I put it at, you know, and like, you know, he might say something or something, you know, about me getting it. And I'm just thinking on it and thinking on it. I thought about it for like 2 days, and she's just like, you know, just think about it and just let me know what you want to do, because I do want to give it to you. So I thought about it. I'm just like, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. And one of my favorite colors is pink. So like I like a nice soft, like a pink like this, like a nice soft pink is like my color that I gravitate to. And like green, like black, gold, like pastel colors, I always gravitate to for some reason. And that's actually on my color palette for my skin, which is amazing. So it like fit the vibe, you know. So like, you know, basically like I of course, like I told him that I was getting a vanity, and then, you know, I just told him like, listen, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you that I'm getting a vanity. Again, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, because it's what I want, and what's gonna make me heal, and what's also gonna make me feel more like a woman, you know? Like I feel like I deserve to have that. I do. So I got it, and I don't know, like it just like brightened up my mood, like way more. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like even my daughter will sit there and like she just loves sitting there. Like I have 2 daughters, so I will sit there with them, like do their hair for them, and they love it. They love it. So it's just like, you know, and you know, when we move, we have a bigger apartment and they have their own room. They will be I'll probably give them that vanity, and maybe I'll get me like a white or black one or something, like cream color. But yeah, like that made me just feel like so much more better. Like I don't know what it was. Like I feel like the house just had so much like masculine energy in it. It had no feminine energy in it, and now it does. And it feels great because I really have been putting myself first, and I really have been putting forth the effort to finding myself in a sense. So like that really helped me with like the mom guilt. Like I don't feel bad for that. And then, you know, I was also told like, oh, you know, you only thought about yourself when you got this. And it's just like, I just brushed it off, because at the end of the day, I wasn't really just thinking about myself. And even if I was, that's okay, because everybody else thinks about themselves. Just because I'm a mom doesn't mean that I can't think about myself, or I can't put myself forth first. Like, that doesn't mean that. And secondly, what we're going to be working on is a wardrobe, and I already spoke that into existence. So it's known that next year for my birthday, a whole new wardrobe is coming into action for me. And that's it, and that's what's going to be said. Okay? Yes. So that's just basically like how I dealt with mom guilt. And, you know, like I said, I still deal with mom guilt, like a tad bit, like a little bit, but not as much as I used to. So you just have to incorporate ways for you to deal with it, like, you know, the best way that you can. Things that you love to do, just set them times away for yourself. If you had to wake up a little bit earlier than your kids, wake up a little bit earlier than your child to do what you need to do for yourself. For the morning time, and then after you put them to sleep, listen, even if you're doom scrolling on your phone, doom scroll on your phone for a couple minutes, if that's your time. Do what you need to do for yourself, to put yourself first. Okay? Grab your cup of wine and take a nice bath. Grab your cup of wine and watch your show on TV. You know what I mean? Like, and it's okay, like, even say if your kid wakes up, you just tell them, like, listen, this is quiet time. It's quiet time. Don't talk too much. Shh. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I would have to do that. Like, but now I don't have to do it. Like, if they notice that, like, it's quiet, you know, like, and I'm just telling them, like, okay, this is quiet time, and this is what mommy needs right now. And I feel like this is what you need as well. Let's calm down and just relax. They will understand that. And that is still like mom time to me. even though I'm with my children, you know what I mean? And it's not all by myself, mom time. It's still, I get mom time with my kids at that same time. I also get to relax in a sense. And I don't feel guilty about me telling them to be quiet for a couple minutes. Because now I really do I put myself first because I feel like I deserve that at the end of the day. You know, I love my children, but I have to do what I need to do for myself. Because if I don't, I can't put forth the effort for them. And, you know, they deserve that. They deserve to see that. They deserve to see me doing that for myself, because one day they will be adults and they might be parents. They may or may not be parents, but regardless, they need to learn to put themselves first and give themselves, you know, the luxury of just giving yourself that self-care and that love that you need, because you deserve it. Don't let nobody tell you that you don't deserve to have anything, because you do deserve it. You deserve to have all of that. You deserve to have everything, okay? Especially moms, okay? We're not going to do that because y'all, listen, we deserve that. We take care of little people. We are raising them, okay? We carry them. We brought them into this world. Yes, it takes two to create a baby, but the woman did most of that work. And that woman deserves to have that. And she deserves that. And I feel like that should be encouraged more for women. You know, and if you are alone, you are a single mother, and it's just like, or you're not a single mother, and it's just like you don't have that village, or you don't have that support to have that time to yourself, you deserve to have that time for yourself. So you have to do what you have to do to put that time in for yourself. Do not feel guilty about it. You're gonna feel a little bit You're gonna feel a little bit guilty, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it in the end, because you're gonna feel so much better, and you're gonna be ready to show out for yourself and for your child at the end of the day, okay? And if you do have a village, I'm so glad that y'all have a village if you do, because that is such a major key to have, because it's tough not having that. It is, you know, like I wish that I could just be like, oh, can you watch my kid while I go like to the hair salon to get a blowout, you know, or just like to walk, you know, and not feel guilty about it, have somebody make you feel guilty about doing that, you know. So yeah, but that's how I learned, and I adjusted to my mom guilt. Yeah, it took a lot. It took years after my sixth child. Literally, it took a while for me to understand how to deal with it. And, you know, as a mom, as a woman, I know better now on how to deal with these types of situations. So, my question to you guys is, did you guys, or do you guys, ever feel mom guilt? When did you feel mom guilt? Like, what situations did you feel mom guilt? Like, was it when you was buying something from the store, or like what was it? Because I want to hear all y'all stories on when y'all felt like mom guilt, and what did you guys do to help you like kind of get over the mom guilt, you know, as well, because I'm all ears. I'm still learning, and I need to still learn, you know what I mean? So write your comments down below on those questions, and you know, let's get this going. So I will see you guys next Monday for Mom Talk Monday, okay? You guys also comment down below any subject that you guys want me to talk about motherhood, parentinghood, okay? So I will see you guys in the next one. Like I said, you guys have a wonderful and a blessed day. I'll see you guys soon.